Chaotic Neutral, the new record from Mathew Good. Hello there, my name is Daryl. I am your critic. Welcome to Album a Day Online. I've decided that because I'm not posting an album every day, that it may not necessarily be fair for me to call this Album a Day Online, but I'm going to continue calling it that because you should be watching an album a day online, because I have many videos up now. So even if you're going to be repeating them, because inevitably you will be, you should watch one of these a day. So it's on you. So Mathew Good's latest record, there's an old adage. An old adage. There's an old adage, my old friend. There's an idea out there amongst Mathew Good fans that every other record he makes is really, really good. And while none of his records have ever been bad, I mean, and track by track, you know, you can make cases that some songs are better than others, but there's never been enough lackluster songs in his catalog since he left the Mathew Good band and has been performing just as Mathew Good since his first solo release, Avalanche, in 2003. There haven't been enough songs that haven't quite met muster to make an album not worth getting, especially as a Mathew Good fan. Now, that being said, there are records that are less loved by Mathew Good fans, but all things being equal, he certainly, in my mind, has been knocking it out of the park, especially since 2010's Vancouver, right onto Endangered Species, Lights of Endangered Species, and now onto Chaotic Neutral. I really feel that all things being equal, he's been knocking it out of the park. Now, let me back up a second and just say Mathew Good is a one-trick pony. And so what that means is throughout, even the songs that he wrote with the Mathew Good band, his musical stylings haven't changed all that much. He's not a particularly adventurous songwriter. He does what he sticks in his wheelhouse, and he does what he does well, and he sticks to it. And yeah, he's a bit of a one-trick pony. Now, that being said, for myself and you know, many Mathew Good fans out there, the trick that he does really, really well. Like he writes songs that are never dishonest. If you know, if it feels like, yeah, okay, this song sounds like it could fit on any one of his records, well, they can. A lot of the songs he writes are very interchangeable. But that doesn't necessarily mean that they're not any good. And to a T, I enjoy all the songs on Chaotic Neutral. And again, it's very much in keeping with what he's been doing his entire life. He has the same chord progressions, he has the same strumming style, he has the same vocal and musical attack. But what he does is so good, at least for me as a fan. The worst I can say about the songs on Chaotic Neutral is that they feel slightly unfinished. It feels like, you know, there are, 11, 3, 6, 9, 11, feels like the 11 songs on this record, a lot of them feel like they're really great song ideas that needed to be fleshed out just a little bit better, which doesn't necessarily, again, mean the songs aren't any good. You know, part of a really good song is still a really good song. And again, that's the worst thing I can say about the songs on Chaotic Neutral. There's a bunch of songs on here that needed to be a little bit more fleshed out. Say it like a song like Avalanche, the title track from his debut solo record. That song was nearly 8 minutes long, and the glory of a lot of Avalanche was that he gave a lot. He gave a lot of space to the songs to let them you know, grow. You know, and for some people, they really like the verse chorus solo chorus, out. Sort of songwriting style. Get in, give us 3.5 to 4.5 minutes of solid, rock and roll or power ballad type of song, and then get out. And whereas Matthew Good, I feel, is at his best when he allows a song to really explore all the different avenues it could possibly take, which again isn't quite the same as, say, YYZ by Rush, which is 11 minutes long and truly is given 11 minutes for all the song to go off and on these musical tangents, which is sort of the staple of what prog rock is. Matthew Good is not prog rock. He's very much steeped in, I would say, music like Big Star and Dark Side of the Moon era Pink Floyd, and there's some Pixies in there and some Husker. There's stuff in there that blends together to make some very good music. So, where do I stand, and how do I recommend Chaotic Neutral? For people who are not existing fans, this is not the record to start with. I would suggest either Avalanche or I think my personal favorite of his now is probably Vancouver, which is just such a good record. And then the following record, which Lights of Endangered Species, was also just amazing. And I kind of feel like thematically he's continuing something he got started with Vancouver, and now onto Chaotic Neutral. Chaotic Neutral is the weakest of the last several records he's put out, but that being said, it's still very, very good. My name is Daryl. Don't stop listening to music. Don't stop discovering new music. Try new stuff, and give yourself permission to listen to stuff that you may not have to in the past. Like, subscribe, pass this on to Matthew Good. Let him know how great I think he is, and I'll see you another time for Album a Day Online. My name's Daryl. Be nice.